Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 1131 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today, we're going to make your brains smarter. Okay. Smarter brains is what we're talking about today. Hope you didn't miss episode 1130. That was something that happened to me that was just one of the most outstanding pieces of customer service from an unexpected source that I've had in a long time. All right, let's see. Hope you didn't forget to download a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. Version 3.0 is the latest. I'm going to start working on 4.0 here shortly. And the only thing different about 3.0 is if you see me talking about short keys, which has saved me literally millions of keystrokes, then it's now a browser extension, not a downloadable program. And let's see, check out my mentor program, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and my school with imtcva.org, certified to operate by Chev. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about supplements. Now, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just trying to open your eyes to the pros and cons of supplements and what to avoid and how to see if something is really good or if it's just a lot of hype. And I mean, the thing is everybody wants a smarter brain, right? All right. So you go into a supplement store and you're going to find products promising laser focus, woo, photographic memory, mental clarity, sharper thinking, and maybe where you left your car keys. I don't know. But see, the thing is, most brain supplements don't have enough evidence behind them to justify those claims. And there's tons of stories of the Federal Trade Commission fining companies for fraudulent claims. All you have to do is Google that. And see, this whole industry is worth billions of dollars. That's billions with a B. And if you believe the ads that everybody over 40, one capsule away from becoming a genius. Right? But the problem is when scientists actually study these products, many of the biggest name companies just are BSing you. Now, some supplements show some promise, some have modest benefits, and many are just a waste of money. And some may be helpful for one person, but do absolutely nothing for you. All right. So the first thing, see, people close to me push supplements on me all the time. And I am Mr. Skeptical. Having had that practical joke company for years, I know how easy it is to hoodwink people. Now, luckily, I was doing it for fun and good purposes, but these companies just are doing it for money. So the first, so I resist this quite a bit. Some goofy crap from China with some weird name supposed to, I don't know, make you into Superman. First of all, I don't trust it. Second of all, it's probably full of really bad stuff. Mercury and I don't know, all the other bad things. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to know that at least some third party has checked this out. And one of the things you look for, let me tell you a trick that they pull on you. They might have product of USA on it. Makes you think, oh, it's good quality. Well, it might have all these ingredients shipped in from all over the third world countries and then just packaged in the USA. That's another thing I just recently learned about stuff coming from Italy. So they ship a bunch of chemical, like olive oil. They ship a bunch of chemicals from who knows where in tankers to Italy and then put it together in Italy and then say product of Italy. You think, oh, it must be really good olive oils from Italy. Well, it's all BS, see? So one of the things you want to see is, do they have a COA? a certificate of analysis. And there's two levels of that. One is the company produced it itself. Well, how can you trust that? It's the fox guarding the hen house. So if you get a COA about the product, make sure it comes from some third party that's respected. And one of them is NSF. If you see NSF, then that's a highly respected place. USP is another one. US Pharmacopoeia, I think it's called. Consumer Labs. Fish oil is IFOS, IFOS. And many of these places, they identify the ingredient in the product. They figure out the potency. Does it contain what it claims? Now, this is the one that I've always complained about, especially from China and all these other places. Heavy metals, lead, arsenic, cadmium, mercury. Does it have any contamination? Is there pesticides in it? Is there solvents? Is it rancid? And a lot of these companies will go and just pull random samples off shelves rather than the company sends them, a perfect one, that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's the first thing when you deal with supplements. Don't fall for the hype that it's going to make you a genius overnight, or you're going to lose all this weight, or all these things, because probably, though, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And you might be just throwing in a lot of pesticides and heavy metals and all kinds of crap and fillers that you don't want. All right, so that's the first thing, the little intro to this thing. All right, so let's get into the good stuff of the things that have the most evidence behind them to justify their claims. So we're going to try to separate the science from the snake oil, so to speak. So the first one, it claims to have the best evidence, is omega-3 fish oil. See, your brain is loaded with fat, especially a thing called DHA, which is one of the key omega-3 fatty acids. And people who consume more omega-3s tend to have better long-term brain health. But it's not overnight, okay? And so I do follow this Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she talked about the omega-3 index. And it's like a scale and you're tested to see, okay, if your omega-3s are less than 4%, that's considered bad, almost as bad as smoking, okay? 4 or 5 to 8% roughly is kind of the average. And then above 8% is really, really good. So I ordered a testing kit, and I haven't got the results yet of my baseline. And the place is called Omega Quant, OmegaQuant. And I just had to do a little pin, prick on my finger and put a drop of blood in and send it to them. So I'm going to get back where I'm at on the scale. But these scales don't flip overnight, so I'm supposed to retest in about 4 months to see how I'm doing, adding more fish and sardines, and salmon is supposed to be great, but even Dr. Patrick said you just can't trust things anymore, even if it claims to be wild caught and all that stuff. There's just so many microplastics. She actually, reluctantly said a good supplement is better now than eating salmon or something, because it's not going to have all those bad things in it. So I've been adding fish and quality fish oil pills that have these certifications that I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to push any particular product on you. I'm just saying that I would suggest you check in and watch YouTube videos. She's interviewed all over the place. It's Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she's the one that turned me on to this. But omega-3 fish oil is supposed to have better long-term brain health, and like I said, it's not overnight. But a lot of good things come from omega-3 fatty acids, and the test, I think, gives you your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which is important and all that stuff, but they tell you all about how to interpret your results. All right, so that's one that's considered a great one, but getting it from just fish is risky because you're adding all that potential mercury and so forth. Although sardines and small fish like little kippers and mackerel seems to be okay because it's the smallest tiny little fish, the sardines, and it has the less chance of having mercury in it. And then I just used AI to find the best brands of sardines or whatever's available in your area. And so I've been adding those to my diet along with the fish oil pills. All right. Next one that's got enormous, for, 50 plus years of study is creatine. And it's creatine monohydrate. And most people think it's just for bodybuilders, but that's totally wrong. It's your brain uses an enormous amount of energy, and creatine helps support that energy system. And lots of studies show benefits for memory, mental fatigue, and cognitive performance. Now, the thing is for most of the studies until the last couple years have been just on muscle stuff. And say, oh, you take 5 grams a day, 3 to 5 grams a day, and your muscles will work harder when you're working out. Doesn't do crap if you're not lifting weights. All right. But they started finding out that people that went up to maybe 10 grams a day, that's like 2 scoops in anything. It'll mix with just about anything. You don't taste it at all. Started going up into the brain once the muscles got saturated. Again, this isn't overnight. So you go maybe a month of 5 grams a day to make sure it doesn't upset your stomach. And there doesn't appear to be any side effects from this. And then once it saturates your muscles, your brain starts sucking it up. This is all what they tell me. All right. I'm no scientist, right? But this is one of the longest studied things with no side effects, no downsides, no bad side effects, I should say. The good side effects is they've starting to see it helps your brain, right? And it's cheap, really cheap. And the next one is I haven't tried this at all yet, but this is one of the most studied ones, is caffeine plus L-theanine. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is one that you kind of feel right away. It boosts alertness. And now this can be, L-theanine is found naturally in tea. So if you don't like coffee, you could use tea. But and I don't know about that one as much, but that's listed as one of the best. All right. So I'm not pushing any of this stuff on you. I'm just telling you, in business, you need a sharp mind, just like you need in anything of your life. So there's no downside to this as long as you get something that's pure, that has what it claims in it. Usually it's going to cost a little bit more, because the purity means they're not just throwing cheap fillers in to sell you stuff. Like, say, you go into any supplement store, there's thousands of different bottles on the shelf that have no scrutiny whatsoever. That's just what they say to you. And the Federal Trade Commission can't keep up with all of them that come out every day of the week. And some trend on TikTok says it's great, and they sell thousands and thousands of bottles and then disappear off the face of the earth when it never worked. All right. So anyway, that's a little bit on the, smarter brains, which you need for business and you need in your whole life. And a lot of these add to longevity. A lot of people that they've checked, the oldest people on earth have seemed to eat a lot of fish and they're not overweight and their mind is still good. Alzheimer's and brain problems are a lot less. And some of these, you can research all of this stuff. I'm just trying to get you to think about it. And hopefully your brain's good enough to not forget this episode. All right. So there you go. So If you want help with this and a million other things you need to be successful at online and in business, check out my mentor program, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and my school at imtcva.org. Certified to operate by SCHEV, the State Council on Higher Education in Virginia, but you don't have to be in Virginia because it's quality distance learning, and it'll probably save you a couple $100,000 of sending your kid to some BS college or university that just sucks money out of you like a vacuum cleaner. I mean, really, some of the people that wrote books about this that were college and education professors, they say, oh my God, it's just a money machine to rake you and put your students in debt and make interest. And these big universities have these endowments worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Some of the bigger ones you've heard of in the billions of dollars, multi-billions of dollars. And they keep raising their fees. Oh, well, we need more administrators. The education's no better. All right. It's just they want to hire more people, and a lot of them just indoctrinate you anyway. So mine will give you a skill in as little as 6 months that's in super high demand. Okay. So check it out, imtcva.org, and you get a scholarship to it if you happen to be in my mentor program. So check it out. All right, we'll catch you all on the next episode. Hopefully, all our brains will be a little smarter. See you later.